weekend, he was also there with Usha, his wife, and this is Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The significance of this moment signified with the caliber of world leader present. This significant moment, not just for the 1.4 billion Catholics across the world, but for every person of faith. The significance of the Pope, the symbolism of the Pope, the head of a religion. And that is shown with the people who are here in attendance. We, of course, are seeing similar scenes to Pope Francis's funeral, but the mood is not a somber one. This is a moment of jubilation and celebration as we continue to see Volodymyr Zelensky, who of course has been deeply involved in ongoing discussions around a potential ceasefire with Russia. He's been meeting with European leaders in recent days, holding meetings with the Turkish president after direct talks took place in Istanbul between Russia and Ukraine for the first time in over 3 years. But this now a moment not for borders, not for nationality, but for faith. Of course, there is a potential for further talks to take place with so many world leaders in attendance. But the overriding theme and motivation is optimism and celebration for the start of a new chapter in the Roman Catholic Church. We've seen US President J.D. Vance, US Vice President, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Also present is Israeli President Isaac Herzog. We've also seen Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Pilgrims also from around the world. Vice President J.D. Vance once again on screen with his wife Usha Vance. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, as I've mentioned, and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney also set to be in attendance. J.D. Vance, who we've just seen, is a devout Roman Catholic. This is a significant part of his life, like it is for so many. Tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people crammed into St. Peter's Square. To not just witness, but to also be a part of this extremely significant and historic moment. We expect the Mass to get started within the next 10 minutes or so. A very similar scene to the one that played out for Pope Francis's funeral. We have delegates on the right. We have members of the church on the left, pilgrims, of course, making their way from all over the world. A clear theme encompassing the Roman Catholic Church. It touches so much of the world. And so much of the world is watching along with you and I right now for this moment in history. The significance can't be understated. The moment, the occasion, leaders, delegates, faith figures from all across the world. This here, Volodymyr Zelensky, as we wait for the moment for this Mass to get underway. And joining us to discuss the significance of this moment in the final few moments before it gets underway is Dr. Father Anthony Sammy David, teaching at the Xavier Institute of Natural Resource Management and affiliated to the SPPU in Pune. Father Anthony Sammy, thank you ever so much for taking the time to speak with us. We of course have this moment that we are soon to witness, but let's take it back to the significance. What is the role, what's the importance, and what is the significance of the Pope to over 1 billion believers across the world?
Yeah, this is a historical moment where it is a kind of a ministry in which that he is assigned as a pope. Already that he was chosen by the clergy. Now is going to join as a minister of the church. In fact, this is an inaugural way that addressing the whole world about how to go about from the first inaugural mass itself that he is presiding over. From this, that he's the whole of his thoughts about what he is thinking about the church and what he is going about, what he's all, this at least we will come to know. So the new dynamics about the to lead the church is will be a little bit of at least we can at least we can foresee. That's what I imagine the way that the responsibility that the pallium and other things that will be that is going to officially going to be the church leader, that is a Pope Leo the 14th, assigning the responsibility to lead the church official way, and then he's going to give us the audience and going to take and pray for each and every one of us. Yeah.
Absolutely. Father Anthony Sami, what's the significance of Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, being elected as the 267th pontiff, considering his own background? Born in the United States, but spending time in Peru, missionary work with the church, also himself a descendant from migrants. How significant are these factors?
Yeah, nowadays actually this what is happening is because of this displacement of the people, human beings are thrown from their own places. That is actually the new trend that is happening in our own world. The world is not accepting the poor people, especially giving their respect and the values, and they have to go uprooted from their own place, and then to get in order to get their dignity and also to help survival, they are just going away because various circumstances that is going on within the country. And the same thing was also happening throughout the history of even Jesus' time. And this, especially the church has taken the significant move that even the orphan, the poor, and the people, those who are migrating, we have to give them the preference, and we have to respect them, and we have to give them the dignity wherever they go. And this is what the new trend of world, where the people are not accepted in their own place and they are moving away from the other places in order to get their survival and respect. And that has to be accepted, that particular country, because they have no other way. They uprooted because of their, they lost everything and they're coming back to a new place, and there people have to.
Yes, Dr. Father Anthony Sami David, I apologise to cut you off. Thank you ever so much for speaking there. We are now going